Okay, we are connected. Happy Monday and welcome to November. I will wait a few moments here to see if we have anyone able to log on for our live meditation. And as always, if you are catching the replay, thank you for tuning in. Can't believe we're in November already, and we've been blessed with some pretty great weather, so I hope you've been able to enjoy it and spend some time outside and breathe in the fresh air. So for today's practice, we'll be going through a mindful breathing technique, and then going through a progressive body relaxation while integrating some of that breathing practice. So wherever you are today, just take a moment to get comfortable, allowing the preparation of the practice to support you just as much as the practice itself. When we take time to mindfully prepare for the practice, it sets us up for receiving the full benefits of the practice and allowing ourselves to be less distracted because we are taking more time to get comfortable and to set the intention of our practice. So if you'd like to be seated, just make sure that you're sitting down equally through the sits bone. So sometimes it's helpful to rock from side to side or forward and back and just settle into a place where you feel really centered and grounded. The hands can be resting comfortably onto the knees or the lap. And if you're able, see if you can have both of the feet grounded equally, just like the sits bones. And if you prefer, you can also lie down for this practice. So if you're able to do that, again, just taking time to really make sure the body feels comfortable and spacious and supported. So maybe that looks like grabbing a couple of pillows and blankets. Maybe it's lying down on a couch or in your bed. So whatever that looks like for you, just getting yourself comfortable. And then if it feels safe to do so, you can also close your eyes or just soften your gaze and begin to relax the face. And we'll begin our practice like we always do with a few moments of mindful awareness. And remembering that the practice of mindfulness is the simple practice of paying attention on purpose, without any judgment or expectation. And how I like to say it is to simply pay attention to what you're paying attention to, and always through the lens of loving awareness, holding compassion and kindness towards yourself. And see if you can just bring all of your awareness into this now moment, feeling your body, observing your posture, and how the body feels either seated or lying down. Notice how the body is moving as you breathe. And there's nothing to change or fix, just notice. Pay attention to the rise and fall of the belly as you breathe in and out. And then if you'd like, you can take a moment now to bring to mind your own personal intention. something that you would like to get out of this practice. Maybe something to cultivate or to let go of. Or maybe just to pause and be still and practice some self-care. So whatever that intention may be for you, visualizing and affirming this intention to yourself. And then see if you can really gently and gradually deepen and expand your breath. So the next inhale, just see if you can take in a little more air. And then as the exhale follows, see if you can slow it down just a little bit. And when the next inhale arrives, again, just see if you can take in a little more air. And followed by slowing down the exhalation. And incrementally deepening and expanding and lengthening the breath in a way that feels comfortable and supportive for you and your practice. There's no strain or discomfort, just a gradual expansion of the breath. And for this breath awareness practice, we'll be focusing on the spaces in between. So at the top of your inhale, notice the pause before the exhale begins. And maybe see if you can lengthen that pause just a little bit. And then same thing at the bottom of the exhalation, noticing the pause before the inhale begins. So those little spaces within each cycle of breath. The top of the inhale, noticing the pause, maybe expanding it just a little. And then as the exhale slowly releases and softens the body, noticing the pause at the end of the exhale. And then maybe even integrating a visualization with this breath. So see if it's helpful to visualize filling up a glass of water as you breathe in, and then emptying that glass of water as you breathe out. And sometimes this can be helpful in slowing down the cycle of breath. So with every inhale, visualizing yourself filling up a glass of water all the way to the very top. And then slowly pouring that glass of water until there's nothing left. Maybe even contracting the belly a little bit to exhale completely. And as the inhale arrives just after the pause, filling that glass of water all the way to the top, to the very last drop. And after the pause, gently pouring the glass of water. You may begin to notice that as the breath becomes smooth and steady, the body follows. And you may notice the body feel softer or heavier and more relaxed. And you may also notice the mental landscape becoming a little quieter and more peaceful. Just continuing to notice the body, mind, and breath. And anytime you notice the mind getting distracted, just very gently and compassionately shift your awareness back to your breathing, back to the flow of breath, the sensation of breath. And just continuing to notice what you can be aware of. And now shifting our attention to the physical sensations of the body. And at your own pace, just begin to move your awareness through every part of the body. Maybe starting at the feet and moving your way up to the top of the head. And as you mindfully move your awareness from part to part, see what you can be aware of within the sensations of the physical body. Are there any areas that feel really open and expansive and relaxed? And are there any areas that feel restricted or tight or stagnant? Without any judgment, just see if you can welcome a little bit more balance and openness into the body. And maybe inviting your breath to create more space where space is needed. And with each passing breath, to see if you can gradually welcome more openness and relaxation, just as gradually and as comfortably as you did with the deepening and lengthening of the breath. Just incrementally, at your own pace, softening the body, releasing tension, with the simple intention of doing so. So allowing the body to return to a comfortable, relaxed base. And as you are observing the body, you may ask yourself if there was an area of the body that had a message, where would that place be? And what is the message? And if you choose to ask yourself these prompts, try not to think about it too much. The first area of the body that comes to mind and the first message that comes to mind is trusting that that is what you are ready to receive. And also, if nothing comes up, knowing that is completely okay too. Sometimes silence is the answer that we need. So trusting in the wisdom of your body, trusting in your intuition, allowing this practice to support you wherever you are. And then when you feel ready, begin to expand your awareness beyond your body into your room, wherever you're at, becoming aware of sounds around you and beyond your space. And maybe wiggling the toes and fingers or moving and stretching the body in any way that feels good and supportive for you. And if you felt safe to keep the eyes closed during your practice, you can gently flutter the eyes open. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling, anything that may have come up for you. Sometimes it's nice to have a journal or something nearby after a meditation practice so you can write down any bits of inspiration or guidance that may have come to you, or anything that you want to remember for a future practice. So I hope you enjoyed our practice today. For those of you that were able to join in live, again, thank you for being here. And as always, the replay is available if you want to revisit this practice again, or maybe it's your first time tuning in. So thank you for being here. And also, if there's any particular practice that you are interested in exploring, or if you have any feedback or anything that you'd like to share from our practice today or ones in the past, don't hesitate to reach out. You can leave a comment under the live video, or if you'd prefer, you can send a private message to me, and I'm always happy to chat and love hearing your feedback and experience. And just a reminder, we meet every month, the first Monday, usually around noon. Life happens and sometimes we adjust, which is what happened today. But our next meditation will be December 5th. So feel free to mark your calendars, and we will send a reminder as well. But thank you again, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday, and I'll see you next time.